Once upon a time in the heart of New York City, amidst the cacophony of car horns and the comforting aroma of freshly brewed coffee, there lived a gifted painter named Evelyn. Her canvases were her solace, her only companions in a world that had dealt her a cruel hand. Haunted by a past she desperately tried to outrun, Evelyn found herself drawn to the vibrant chaos of the city, hoping to lose herself in its countless faces and neon lights. One rainy afternoon, as she sat sketching in her favorite corner of a bustling cafe, her world collided with that of Adrian, a young, ambitious lawyer who was making a name for himself in the city. Their meeting was far from ordinary. As Evelyn reached to grab her fallen paintbrush, her hand brushed against Adrian's expensive suit, leaving a splash of bright red paint staining his pristine white shirt. Startled by the sudden contact, Evelyn instinctively apologized, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. But Adrian, lost in his own thoughts, barely acknowledged her apology. Furious and frustrated, he stormed out of the cafe, leaving Evelyn in a puddle of guilt and wet paint. Later that night, Adrian found himself walking past the same cafe, his anger long forgotten. But as he turned toward the brightly lit window, his breath hitched in his throat. Staring back at him from the canvas was the same woman from the cafe. The one whose hands had defaced his suit was the very one whose art was now captivating him. Intrigued and slightly ashamed for his earlier reaction, Adrian found himself drawn to her art, which seemed to pulsate with life and emotion. Each stroke whispered a story, each color echoing a feeling that resonated deep within his soul. From that moment, fate began to weave its magic. Chance encounters became orchestrated meetings, stolen glances, shy smiles, and before they knew it, Evelyn and Adrian were lost in a whirlwind of shared laughter, whispered dreams, and the promise of forever. But their passionate romance was not without its shadows. Evelyn's brother, Simon, was entangled in a web of dangerous debts and shady dealings, while Adrian's world was suffocating under the weight of his family's expectations. His father, a man of wealth and status, had already chosen a bride for him, a woman from a prominent family whose lineage could bring more prestige to his name. As the weeks passed, a deep rift began to form in Evelyn and Adrian's relationship. Evelyn, unaware of Adrian's family's involvement, grew suspicious when she discovered that Adrian's father had secretly hired investigators to dig into her life. Adrian, torn between his love for Evelyn and his loyalty to his family, insisted that he had no part in it. But Evelyn, her trust shattered, couldn't help but feel that she was being judged, her every move scrutinized. One rainy evening, Evelyn disappeared. Adrian, frantic with worrying, found a letter left behind by her. "Don't look for me," it read. "My world will only destroy yours." Heartbroken and confused, Adrian was torn apart. He searched for her everywhere, his eyes scanning every street, every alley, hoping to find her. But Evelyn had vanished into thin air, leaving Adrian with nothing but memories and a broken heart. Months turned into years, and Adrian, now a successful lawyer, buried his pain in his work, becoming renowned for his exceptional talent in defending the hopeless. One day, while attending an art exhibition in Paris, Adrian saw a painting that took his breath away. It was a beautiful, haunting piece that seemed to call out to him. And standing beside it was Evelyn, more beautiful and enigmatic than ever. Upon seeing Adrian, Evelyn's heart skipped a beat. Despite the years that had passed, the spark between them was still there. They reunited, and for a moment, it was as if no time had passed at all. However, their reunion was not destined to be a happy one. Evelyn's brother, Simon, was being hunted by dangerous forces, and Adrian, caught in the crossfire, was forced to make a choice between his love for Evelyn and his duty as a lawyer. In a tragic turn of events, the night Evelyn finally admitted she never stopped loving Adrian, Simon's enemies attacked. In a desperate attempt to protect Evelyn and her brother, Adrian stepped in, shielding Evelyn with his body. A gunshot rang out, and Adrian collapsed, mortally wounded. Though he survived, the incident left him physically and emotionally scarred. Evelyn, blaming herself for Adrian's condition, once again disappeared, leaving Adrian in a hospital bed with nothing but the memory of her touch and the echo of her laughter. Years later, Adrian, now a successful lawyer known for defending the hopeless, walked into a courtroom. To his utter shock, the artist brought in as a witness was none other than Evelyn. Time had changed them both, but the fire in their eyes still burned bright. After the trial, Adrian found her standing in the rain outside the courthouse, just like the night they last parted. "I tried to let you go," she whispered, "but the thread kept pulling me back." Adrian, his heart pounding, took her hand. "Then let's stop fighting fate," he said, hoping that this time their love would have a chance to bloom without the shadows of their past. And for the first time in years, they walked forward together, no longer prisoners of their past, but bound by the crimson thread of love.